President Newkirk will now administer the oaths of office for the President and Vice President of the Student Government Association.
Good morning. I'd like Soraya and Richard Wallace to repeat after me. I, your name,
I, Richard Wallace,
do solemnly swear in the presence of this assembly
do solemnly swear in the presence of this assembly
that I will uphold the moral, ethical, and academic standards which are hallmarks of this university. That I will serve Fisk University diligently. As an ambassador. And I will uphold the values and the mission of the university. As I assume the role of Student Government Association in your office.
Student Government Association Vice President.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Soraya Ashley, a graduating senior from Durham, North Carolina, by way of Atlanta, Georgia. And I humbly serve as the Student Government Association President for the 2021-2022 academic year. I welcome you to the Fisk University Opening Convocation. Oh, how great it is today to be a student at Fisk University. For today is a day of culminating the journey of beginning anew, beginning again, and beginning the end of an era for some. COVID-19 may continue to try to halt us, but this year, for Fisk University, it is personal. As one class steps forward to establish themselves on this majestic acreage, another class is preparing themselves to depart from it. This profound and beloved university, a second home to many, has educated and cultivated some of the most brilliant minds this nation has ever witnessed. From W.E.B. Du Bois to John Hope Franklin, from Ida B. Wells to Nikki Giovanni, Fisk has been an oasis pouring with excellence for a multitude of years. However, the fruits of our foremothers and forefathers toiling are still alive and strong today, forging our own paths and creating our own realities, laden with burgeoning success. We celebrate the Fisk University class of 2025, a devoted and lively class you all have shown yourselves to be, and we are excited to see the legacy you all will create for others to follow. For you all have shown your passion, your candor, and your intelligence beyond measure. I encourage and charge you to hold fast to that vision and to never let go of the light that you were God-given. Take advantage of this invaluable experience, and I quote, as Langston Hughes expressed, hold fast to your dreams, for if dreams die, life is like a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to your friendships, for they can be fleeting, but to thine own self always be true. And hold fast the journey to which you are about to commence, for you will only walk this way once. Know that you are here for a reason. Fisk University is an oasis of opportunity. It just takes one with a teachable spirit and an open mind to receive all that she has to offer. We now pass the torch to you, our new sons and daughters, ever on the altar. And now, we celebrate the dynamic class of 2022. My class, the trailblazers, trendsetters, and a collection of individuals that have brought forth new light and life to this beloved institution. We are the torchbearers, and I charge each of us that as we look toward the future for our place in this world, I ask that we not forget the institution that has poured so much into us, and that we look back and stretch our hands to those coming up to take our place in this unbreakable chain of majesty. We set the precedents, and we are the sole artisans in further strengthening the foundation on which this institution stands. We must lead this year in knowing this, because our influence speaks volumes. We are reminded by the African proverb that when roots are deep, there is no need to fear the wind. I leave you all with this burning question. To what are we committed? What moves us and continues to keep our fire for Fisk and our experience here ablaze? These times in which we live may seem daunting, but as long as we remain rooted in the belief that the Fisk experience is ours to create, we will find ourselves unmoved. Students, welcome to this academic year. Fisk today, Fisk tomorrow, and Fisk forever. Thank you.
Now, I would like to introduce to our new students and present to the class of 2022 and all others, Dr. Van R. Newkirk Sr., the 17th president of Fisk University. Dr. Newkirk is a native of Elizabethtown, North Carolina, and he was named the 17th president on February 15, 2021. Dr. Newkirk has an extensive leadership record with proven evidence of effectiveness on many levels within higher ed. He has a 25-year career in creating innovative educational programs which have enhanced enrollment at each of the institutions in which he has served. He is a noted historian and has written extensively on crime and punishment in the state of North Carolina. He is the author of the seminal work on the subject of lynching in North Carolina, published in 2008, which won the Willie Parker Peace History Award for the best nonfiction study of North Carolina in 2009. As you can see from his biography, he has many other publications. Dr. Newkirk attended North Carolina A&T State University and holds an undergraduate degree in sociology from Barbara Scotia College, a Master's of Arts degree in history from Winthrop University, a Master of Science degree in library science from North Carolina Central University, and a Doctor of Philosophy in history from Howard University. Dr. Newkirk and his deceased wife raised 3 very impressive young people who are making a mark on the world. Dr. Newkirk is a humanitarian and scholar. I present to some and introduce to others Dr. Van R. Newkirk.
Well, my legs aren't moving as fast as they used to, so we'll take our time and get here carefully, but let's give you a really good, interesting address. And I'd like to welcome all of our new students. So give yourself a hand, all of our new students. I'd like to welcome our guest. And I'd like to welcome back our continuing students, our faculty, and our staff. Now, if you look around and you think about it, today is an important day in the life of a university. And as a matter of fact, for all of higher education, a convocation. And the word convocation, it comes from the Latin word convocare, which means to call or to come together. And as such, today, we, meaning you, the faculty, the staff, the students, the alums, the friends, and the supporters of Fisk University, and the community at large, we follow this call to come together to mark the start of a new academic year. And by all accounts, this year is one that is destined to be remembered as a milestone in the life of this university. And if you believe, as I believe, that this 155-year-old institution has over time developed a soul, developed a life of its own, then you believe as I believe. Well, if it has a life of its own, it's only proper that we celebrate the university's growing presence in this community, that we celebrate our improved financial condition as a university, that we celebrate our increased enrollment, that we as a university celebrate our diversity, that we as a university celebrate our new degree programs, and that we as a university celebrate our new John Lewis Social Justice Institute and our commitment to serving the communities in which we live. Now, as Oprah put it, the more you celebrate your life, the more there'll be in life to celebrate. Now, if we take those words and put it in the context of a university, and that the university has a life of its own, it goes something like this. The more we celebrate the accomplishments of Fisk University, the more there will be in Fisk University's life to celebrate. And I'm not sure if you believe that, but I believe that, and I believe that's where we're going. Yet, as we begin to celebrate the achievements of the preceding year, it's important that we as a university not forget the students that we serve and the transformational experiences that the faculty, that the staff, and others here at this university have had not only on the community, but that they have influenced our students. And by influencing our students, they've helped to shape the future, not only of this community, but the world. Take, for example, that of one of our most famous graduates, W.B. Du Bois. As recounted in the book Looking South by Mary Frederickson and Stanley Harrell, Du Bois, after studying and learning about the sordid conditions of African Americans here in Tennessee, left Fisk University, and he walked about 20 miles in 1886 to Lebanon Teachers Institute in Wilson County. And there he took and he passed an exam and he became an elementary school teacher. He was only 18 years old. And then he moved to Alexandria, Virginia, where he spent the summer. And he taught students between the ages of 6 and 20 the basics of reading and writing. And according to Du Bois, he had entered a zone where time had stood still after the day of Jubilee. Now, another transformational experience that happened at this university because of our faculty, because of the university and the people that are here, is the experience of one John Hope Franklin. And after leaving Oklahoma and arriving on the Fisk University campus, where he intended to major in English and go on to law school, he changed his plans after taking a class by Professor S. Currier. And as recanted in the book by Kofi Lamote, Currier became Franklin's mentor, his best friend, and he influenced his decision to attend Howard University for graduate school and to pursue a career as a historian. And according to Franklin, before he went to Fisk, he could not have imagined that assembled in one place there would be so many class valedictorians and bright, articulate leaders. And this was in the 1930s. Now, a same transformation that we talk about, that occurred in 2014 when a young man named Krishan Branch entered this university. Now, Branch was the co-star in a documentary called All the Difference, and many of you will be watching that this year. But it traced the paths of two young teens from South Side of Chicago who, despite coming from troubled backgrounds, not only attended, but graduated from college. And according to Branch, a major component of his ability to graduate from Fisk University was his professors and his mentors who gave him the inspiration and the courage to complete a degree despite the host of obstacles that he faced in his personal life. Now, after graduating from this university, Branch returned to his hometown of Chicago to teach and to mentor young boys at his high school, Urban Prep. Now, as a new student here at this university, much is expected of you. And as president of the university, I expect you, and I've got about 5 things that I expect you to do. Number 1, I expect you to engage and be an active participant in university life. And engaging and being an active participant in university life is like the first letter of the alphabet, and that letter is A. And the letter A is the first letter in the word aware. And as a student at Fisk University, I expect you to be aware of campus happenings and to go beyond basic expectations. Number 2, regularly attend classes. Regularly attending classes is like the second letter of the alphabet, the letter B. And the letter B is the first letter in the word become. If you work hard here at Fisk University, You can become all that you've dreamed of. However, it all starts with you. Number 3, I expect you to engage in activities that improve the community and the social conditions of others. And engaging in the activities that improve the community and the social conditions of others, that fits well with the 3rd letter of the alphabet, the letter C. And the letter C is the first letter in the word courage. And as indicated by Mark Twain, with courage, you dare to take risks. You have the strength to be compassionate and the wisdom to be humble. Courage is the foundation of integrity. Number 4, I expect you to develop the skills needed for successful careers and lifelong learning endeavors. And developing the skill sets needed for successful careers and lifelong endeavors is like the 4th letter of the alphabet, the letter D. And the letter D is the first letter in the word determination. And according to the NFL great Tony Dorsett, determination is what motivates us. It motivates us to improve ourselves and to make positive changes in our lives. And determination also increases our chances of success. Number 5, I expect you to engage in activities with others that would further the mission of Fisk University, namely by being community ambassadors each time you go on or off this campus, and engaging in the activities that further the mission of Fisk University. That's tied to the 5th letter of the alphabet, the letter E. And the letter E is the first letter of the word enterprising. And according to Da Vinci, enterprising people rarely sit back and let things happen to them. Instead, they go out and happen to things. And number 6, after you graduate, I want you to financially support and sustain Fisk University. And financially supporting and sustaining the university, it fits well with the 6th letter of the alphabet, the letter F. And the letter F is the first letter in the word fortitude. And according to John Locke, fortitude is the guard and support of all the other virtues. If each of you sitting here, each of my class of 2025 sitting here, you pledge to do the things that I just gave you, I can assure you that you'll be transformed by this institution. And more importantly, I can assure you that you will celebrate, that you will change the lives of others, and that you will graduate on time in May 2025. Now, as you can see from the stories I've just given you, Fisk University in the past, in the present, and it continues to impact the lives of people that we serve. And it's for these reasons that I agree that we should celebrate. We should celebrate all the lives that we've changed. And we should celebrate our new freshman class for the lives that you will change as you grow and continue the Fisk tradition of social activism and care for our fellow man. Thank you. Now, class of 2025, I'd like you to stand, the class of 2025. We're going to do the pledge for new students. And I'd like you to repeat after me, and you have the program, and we'll start now. We will never bring disgrace to this, our university, by any act of dishonesty, of cowardice. We will fight for our ideas and sacred things of the university, both alone and with many. We will strive unceasingly to quicken the community's sense of social duty. And thus, in all these ways, we will strive to transmit this university's life and spirit, not only less, but greater, better, and more beautiful than it was transmitted to us. And now, We will recite our honor code, and I'd like you to repeat after me again. I vow in the presence of those finite witnesses to guide my action by the honor code and the code of student conduct of Fisk University. I understand that there are severe consequences when I commit infractions against either code. I promise to represent myself, my family, and the Fisk University community when using the highest morals. Civic and ethical standards in academic and non-academic matters. Although my word is my bond, I make this vow on to document my verbal consent to abide by the Fisk standards of conduct. Thank you, and you may be seated. I want to give you a big hand, class of 2025.
We will now stand for the singing of the alma mater, followed by the benediction and recessional.
Let us receive the benediction. Dear Lord, we give thanks for all that has transpired today. Bless us, keep us, smile upon us, but most importantly, abide with us until we meet again. Amen.